Good morning or good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us. My name is Chris North with Esri Canada. I'm joined with Christina, Mark.
Hi.
What we thought we'd do for the next 10 or so minutes is give everyone a little bit of a sneak preview of some of the things that we're going to be showcasing at the upcoming spring user conferences, which are really just around the corner. We did our sort of demo dry run yesterday with Alex and the rest of the team, and this room was full of computers. We've cleaned it up. So what we'd like to do is just talk a little bit about some of the products, some of the themes that we're going to be looking at and showing everyone as part of the demos. So why don't we just sort of dive right in? Christina, what are you working on for the spring user conferences?
I've been working on some really cool image analyst extension that is brand new in our Just Pro 2.1. And you can also see I have one of these 3D glasses. So I've also been working on stereo mapping, so editing maps in stereo mode. So you will see that in the upcoming spring user conference. It's really exciting. I really like it. It's really new to me as well, but it's really cool.
I think that picture of the three of us with these glasses on now is going to go viral. I can just feel it.
Right?
So, Mark, what do you got in the hopper for everyone?
Man, well, I got a couple of cool demos that I'm working on. One is with ArcGIS Pro 2.1. There's a lot of cool new features and enhancements. So I'm building some little demos to kind of demonstrate all of these cool new features that you can take advantage of with our new Pro product. And the other is with the ArcGIS Hub. So we have this Hub product where people can sign up and utilize open data to be able to build apps, and we'll show you an example of how we can use the Hub and use open data to be able to build apps and really build a system of engagement for our communities and our users. So a couple of things I'm working on.
That's really cool. Now, some the other themes that we're looking at. We know we were working on what we're working title the collaboration demo here. So tell me a little bit about some of the things that we're doing in that demonstration. Like what are we going to be showing everybody in that?
Well, just the idea of being able to work between an online group and a collaboration, the enterprise group.
Enterprise, right?
Right, be able to collaborate different data sets together, build apps and share data. It's a pretty cool little demo that's coming out, and we'll highlight that for sure.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. I mean, because we have in the past lots of times we've shown this ability within ArcGIS Online between two organizations, how they can share, put stuff in a group and invite people from the outside. This collaboration we're showing actually extends that into the enterprise on-premises world. So you can now establish groups and have shared content in enterprise and in online and synchronize changes back and forth. So they'll see that as part of the demonstration that we're working on. Mm-hmm. And of course, the other thing, the Insights product. I mean, there's some really interesting. What do you think the big news about Insights that we'll be talking about in the spring is?
It's online.
It's online. Yeah, Insights is now available as part of the online. It's an app now inside of ArcGIS Online. So we'll be showing that in the spring. Now, not only is it online, but there's a whole bunch of new tools and capabilities as part of that product that we'll be showcasing, and we'll be doing some really interesting sort of analytics with that and some other stuff. What else can you think of? The 3D stuff. Let's talk a little bit more about that, Christina. What are some of the new sort of tools, talk a little bit about those interactive tools you were showing yesterday.
Right. So we've been working with 3D data for a while right now, right? And the new thing in ArcGIS Pro is now we are able to perform 3D analyst using data that is not just created by yourself, but you can also perform those analysis on layers that you just grab from ArcGIS Online or shared by someone in your organization.
Scene, right?
Right, exactly. Like a scene layer, just grab it and then you are able to perform 3D analysis on it. And we have some new tools like ViewShed, but I'm not going to talk too much about it because I want to
save all of it.
No, yeah, exactly.
At least something we can show about, talk about.
Yes, you have to see it in action. It's really cool.
Yeah. Now, Mark, you mentioned the hub that you were doing. That sort of fits into the theme that we're going to be talking about around a system of engagement, right? So what are the kinds of things you're going to likely show us with this hub product?
Well, we definitely want to show the hub in general, right? So this new hub product with the ability to be able to share your open data and be able to sign in as a community member and be able to engage within this organization. So we definitely want to highlight that. But in addition to that, we also want to actually show some kind of a real example of how people can use that data to be able to share their information, be able to build apps. So we really want to give that integration story, that whole idea of being able to engage everyone in your community with your data. So definitely want to stress that point for sure.
So citizens actually building their own maps and their own apps, and that's kind of neat if you think about it. It puts a whole new spin on the role that GIS can play within an organization.
Now, I know you're excited about one of the new things that we do in our plenary, which is the whole live Q&A thing. So why don't you talk a bit about that?
Oh, to bring up the live Q&A. Yeah, I actually quite like it. It's something we started doing last fall. We did a trial balloon at some of them, and then we rolled it out for the rest of them. Everybody knows about the our app, our events app that they can download for Android or iOS on the App Store. And in that, during the plenary, in the agenda as part of the application, there'll be a button there that you can click on and actually type in a question for us, for those of us who are presented. And we will see that question pop up on the podium. And we answered some, as many as we could, because some of them, I remember Toronto, they were just, the questions were rolling in. So we answer the questions, and we actually use some of those questions sometimes to sort of shape some of the things that we show in the demonstration. So the reason I get excited about it is because it really lets the audience actively participate in the plenary session while we're doing it. And we got some really, I was impressed last year with the questions that came in. Some of them were very insightful, were very interesting questions, and really helped us, it was things I didn't think of mentioning when I was introducing some of the demonstrations, so allowed me to sort of fill up some of the gaps we may have had in the demonstration, and then we would address that a little bit later. Christine, what do you think? What else? So what are this cool stuff?
The other cool stuff I thought is the ability to do imagery classification in ArcGIS Pro now. And we have new machine learning algorithms that are available in ArcGIS Pro 2.1 that will allow users to perform different image classification. I've been working on that a little bit as well, and it's working really well. And I'll be showing some of those as well.
And I always love, just in general, when you go to user conferences, all of the exhibitors that show up, so we can go to the exhibitor booths and check those out. All of our user presentations, they always give some really interesting technical discussions about what they're doing. Always want to learn more about that. And of course, we want to be able to interact with our users, so being able to meet our users one-on-one in that environment. It's always one of the best parts of the user conference for myself. So we'll definitely continue that. Also, Award of Excellence will always, a lot of the conferences will do that as well. So.
Yeah, so that's all the time we got. Thanks, guys. Looking forward to it. So download the app, get ready, download the agenda for the app.
Register.
And get ready, guys, for the Spring User Conference
in 3D
2018. So we'll see everybody there. All right, thanks a lot.